Hello, this is Ginny, your ultimate success coach, coming to you from on top of the mountain. This story happened on the very trail I'm on right now, only it was several years ago. I hike my mountain almost every day. This particular morning was very misty and cloudy with water dripping from the trees all around. My two lab mixed dogs, Bogey and Sable, were running free like they always do, dashing through the trees, leaping over logs, and having a fabulous time. I was deep in thought as I hiked along. Now I was a couple of miles in when I suddenly heard barking. This wasn't your normal play bark. It was a high-pitched bark that meant either, "Mom, Mom, I found a squirrel," or it meant, "Mom, help me, I'm in trouble." Well, I didn't know which one it was, but I immediately turned around and started back down the trail, walking quickly. Well, several minutes later, my dog Bogey came running around the curve alone, his eyes wide. He saw me, spun around, and started running back down the trail. Now I knew Sable was in trouble. I could still hear his high-pitched yelping in the distance. Well, I took off running after Bogey. I ran for about a half a mile before I saw Bogey dash off the side of the trail. Well, I ran to the same location, my heart pounding with fear at what I would find. I looked down and I started laughing. Laughing, yes. Now let me paint the picture for you. Bogey and Sable had been playing in the woods when Bogey decided it was time to come find me. So he leapt effortlessly over a large log and dashed up the side of the hill. Sable, being not as athletic as his brother, tried to jump over the log but couldn't do it. As I watched, he launched himself at the log, clawed at it to get over, and then fell back, only to leap forward and try again, yelping his fear every single time. So why am I laughing? I'm truly not heartless. I was laughing because this large log was only 4 feet long, which meant that all he had to do was walk 2 feet in either direction, move around the log, and run up to the trail. But no, he had seen his brother go over the log, so that was the only way that it could be done. He had to go over it, but he couldn't. So he was terrified that he would forever be separated from me and his brother. Well, once I stopped laughing, I did everything I could to coax him around the log so that he could see that he could run to the top of the hill. I did not want to slide down that muddy ravine and then have to scramble back up. But Sable was fixated on the spot where Bogey had jumped over. Oh, I could get him to move a foot or two, but just as he would have reached the end of the log in freedom, he would return to the same place that Bogey had jumped at, leap for freedom, fall back, and start yelping with terror all over again. So I did what any good mom would do. I slid down the muddy ravine, took his collar, showed him the way to freedom, and then crawled back up the muddy bank while both of them were jumping around happily. So do you get it? Sable was convinced there was only one way to get over the log. Are you stuck in believing you know how to change your life, yet you keep jumping against the log and falling back in failure? Sable had to see another way. He had to let me lead him to seeing a different way to do it. Left to his own devices, he would have died trying to jump over the log in the exact same place Bogey did. There have been so many times in my life when I've had to let someone lead me to looking at things differently. So that's why I'm making these videos. This is just one of many success videos that I've created. I want you to click on the archive link to access them all with the number growing every day. Have a fabulous day.